have a drink with me and the guys.
Go and do me a favor. Take my little brother Teddy with you.
That is a great idea. Bring the kid.
All right, one drink.
You did it, buddy.
Sure did.
Cheers.
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 What the hell?
When this movie says Bangkok, they mean Bangkok. Heavy on the cock.
Yeah, there's a significant higher percentage of cock in this film than in part one.
Well, I think if you go to Thailand in general, that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think David Carradine made the ultimate statement on Bangkok. Pretty much.
No, I'm surprised they didn't like make brochures with David Carradine's body there in that tub. Like, come to Bangkok. You have one hell of a time before you check out.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
You can do things here you can't do anywhere else, and for the last time.
You'll go out in a bang.
A cock. No, man. We're talking about The Hangover too. We're talking about Bangkok because that's where these guys get lost in. They have, I guess, there's no way of a better way of putting it. They have fucked up again.
At least they didn't go to Calcutta. That's even worse. Like, people in Bangkok, they look at Calcutta like that's their West Virginia.
Wait, does Calcutta even have any attractions?
Yeah, I like death cults.
That's what I mean. What I'm saying, no. But the thing about Bangkok is that okay, it's total Sin City. You can do whatever vice you got. You can completely
sick, weird
super
shit
indulge. But
you
Calcutta is just like, oh, you must have wanted to die since you came here.
Yeah.
I would go to Calcutta anytime because Bangkok just looks like it doesn't even look like it's covered in herpes. It looks like wherever you fall, you're gonna fall on a penis. If you're gonna end up with a penis somewhere. If you are a tourist and you don't know where you're going, when they say Bangkok has taken you, a penis has come from behind the alley and just pulled you in, and you will never be seen again.
Wasn't Dune inspired by Bangkok?
Giant sand cocks.
Yeah.
Right, like all those puddles of water. It's like, no, it's just puddles of herpes.
And it just looked nasty. It just looked like somebody just took a big shit and piss on that city.
Like somebody would come from Mexico City and say, "Hey, man, you need to clean this shit up."
It ain't gonna be me.
And that's the thing is, like, unlike Vegas, which at least has a clean veneer, it's all shiny, but underneath is the evil. Here, it's all just kind of on the surface, and it had to be that way for a sequel, because if you're going to follow the exact same formula, you've at least got to up the raunch considerably.
You do
is exactly what The Hangover 2 does.
Oh, they do. For all you women who says, I want to see, it's not fair. You guys get to see all kind of nudity with women. I want more penis in movie. Well, you got it with this one. It might not be how you want it.
Yeah, it's probably not
but you
how
got
you
it.
want it.
And let me give you a hint. Bradley Cooper is not one of those penises.
No.
So,
Well, that's in movies these days. You get a lot more penises than you do tits. It's rare to see a girl's bare breasts in a movie now. You're like, whoa, what is this?
I mean, it's almost like whenever she shows her breasts, you expect to see penises on her chest now. It's like, we ain't gonna see anything.
This is what I watch HBO for. Just become the breast channel.
Right.
TV shows with lots of excuses to show boobs.
And it's a constant reminder to me that, wow, I am not gay.
Yeah, they can't. If you don't know by now by watching TV and all these movies, then yeah, you in the clear. But so in the last movie, we had Phil, played by Bradley Cooper. We had Stu as Head Helms, and we had Zach Galifianakis
as Alan.
As Alan, and Phil is sort of he's an asshole of the bunch. You expect him to be ladies' man, but he's like the committed father and family guy and husband.
Teacher,
yeah. Stu is like the nerdy guy of the group, and Zach Galifianakis, Alan, he's just retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
You get these guys together, they got an interesting dynamic, to say the least. And in the last film, we saw them going to a bachelor party in Las Vegas. Of course, with this dynamic, they are going to fuck up, and they lose the groom.
Yeah, one drink in, and suddenly it's the next morning. They can't remember shit that happened, and they can't find the groom.
Yeah, Doug. They can't find Doug, played by Justin Bartha. They just lost his ass.
Well, then it turns into a Motley Crue video.
Yeah.
It's one thing to wake up and not know what happened. It's another thing to wake up in a way you don't remember anything. You got a tooth missing. There's a baby on the floor and a tiger in the bathroom.
And somebody had just had sex with a chicken. It's like, how did this happen? And they go on this long adventure to find out, how did we get here? Well, this second time around, Doug's okay. He's married. He's fine. And Stu is about to get married. Now, as you say, Cyrus, we missed that Hangover 1.5 where they just got rid of Heather Graham. Heather Graham's like, man, I'm about to make children's movies. I can be hanging out with you assholes showing my titties everywhere.
Don't worry. I just read they're going to do an animated version of that. It's going to go straight to DVD. Yeah,
that's what
the Animatrix had
the Hangamatrix.
That's what the No Bummer
Matrix.
Summer looks like.
But Stu has met this fine as Asian chick, this chick from Thailand, she's
about 7 leagues above his station.
Now that is true, and you being kind right there.
Yeah.
Like
it's only in a movie could the two of them get together. I don't care if he was a billionaire. She'd still be like,
I call that movie magic, brother.
Yeah.
That's ILM put that shit together.
It's wildly unrealistic watching them stand next to each other. You're like, how much are you paying by the minute for that?
Those two together look like that 50-year-old guy that gets caught on the goddamn news trying to marry a 12-year-old girl.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like, I mean, I guess this makes sense.
It is Bangkok. No telling what she's trying to do to get the hell out of there. Because I mean, it's a lovely girl, man. Jamie Chung.
Well, she's American. It's just her parents live in Bangkok.
Yeah. Well, she ain't got no excuse.
Her father seems to be some kind of either a rich investor or he's in the Thai
mafia
yakuza.
Yeah, but this is chick named Lauren. That's who this girl plays, and this is not movie magic. This is movie hypnosis. To believe this, she's way too looking for this guy Stu. But hey, it's the movies, whatever. All right.
Yeah, just go with it.
They weren't gonna hook him up with a homely chick, right?
Of course.
It's not like Rosie O'Donnell is gonna come on and be like the girl he's marrying.
Would have been more believable, but
but then you're not rooting for him. You're like, get the fuck out of there, dude.
Like her father is so mean to him. There's no way you would take shit from him unless you were going to marry that girl.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that's realistic.
Oh, she is so fine. I would tell her father, I don't care if you in the mafia, you want to kill me to keep me away from this shit here, okay? Yeah. Let you know right now. So whatever you got to do, you can do what you got to. But Stu, he thinks he's learned this lesson. Like being the geeky guy of the group, he's kind of the most sensible, and he don't even trust these guys around an IHOP. Phil is like, man, you got this fine ass chick. I mean, we party hard. When we got the bachelor party, he's like, no, we party too hard. This is the bachelor party here at IHOP. In fact, I don't trust you guys so much that I'm covering my glass of orange juice right now so nobody drugs me and I don't wake up with a fucking gorilla or something somewhere.
Hey, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity is for the whole restaurant.
Maybe that was the Hangover 1.5. This is the crazy IHOP adventure.
I was like, this guy must really be fucking 50 years old, or at least 60. He must be getting that fucking that senior meal must come with a lap dance or something.
Well, that would be at a Luby's.
You get the Luann plate. Luann actually comes out and then gives you the plate and does a lap dance for you. But they are going to the wedding. They are going to Thailand for the wedding. So even though Stu's saying, look, we cannot have a bachelor party because that is just too wild, it would just be too much trouble. These guys just can't be in the same place. And that's the other thing. Alan. They got to pick up Alan. Alan's always going to be the one to fuck everything up. Alan's crying.
Now, it's important to point out that Doug, my brother-in-law's crying. You got to invite him. And Stu's going like, fuck no. Yeah. Well, why would I do that?
That should have been the end of the discussion.
It should have been.
And that was the first moment that you, as an audience member, went, wait, what?
Hey, didn't you motherfuckers see the first Hangover? How much money that fucking movie made because of all the fucked up shit this fucking guy right here cost?
And see, once they bring Alan's already mouthing off, saying things he shouldn't be doing, and it's inevitable that something's going to go wrong. They invite Alan out to the beach so that they can just have one drink. Just one drink. Alan comes out there with a bag of marshmallows. He's mean mugging Stu's future brother-in-law. They all go out there and have a drink, including little 16-year-old, whatever that kid's name. Teddy. Yeah,
his name was Teddy, and he's Teddy. The apple of the father-in-law's eye. Teddy, he's a Stanford kid. He went to Stanford early, for, like 16 years old. He's a
nobody cares about Teddy that much, man.
Hey, nobody puts Teddy in the corner.
He's a virtuoso on the cello. It's how much the father hates Stu
and how much
loves his son.
Yeah.
He loves that son so much. Like, oh my God, son, he's so.
Oh yeah, he's like,
fuck you, round eye. Look at my son. That's what you should grow up to be. Except he's half your age.
He's definitely been masturbating to his boys' graduation pictures.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Team Teddy.
Yeah, love that kid. So they end up having that one drink, and all of a sudden they wake up in a shitty hotel room. Roaches watching television. Stu's he has a tattoo.
He's got a Mike Tyson
face tattoo, so he can't cover that up. Alan ain't got no hair.
Phil, I think it's happened again.
Al, what did you do?
I didn't do anything, I swear to God.
Your hair is gone. No.
I'm scared.
Stu, come on, get up. We got a situation. Oh, holy. Where are we? Oh my God, Alan. Your head.
No, your head.
Phil got, well, you know, he's
Phil
a pretty
is
boy.
sweaty.
Bradley Cooper has in his contract, look, I always got to be pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have red eyes, which will give me an excuse to put on some cool ass Bruce Lee sunglasses.
In fact, when Phil wakes up, he's posing with his shirt off. He's looking like he's in a centerfold. All he got is a little bit of red eye. You know, he just looking like like normal people wake up.
He looked like he fell in a vat of Crisco.
Oh, he's all shiny.
The only thing missing from that picture is a little Gap logo in the corner.
I know.
Yeah. That dude, he woke up in an Axe commercial, you know. And there's a gay monkey in there with a Rolling Stones jacket on.
Now, why is he gay?
Yeah, what makes that monkey gay?
Because that monkey did a gay act when he first got introduced. Come on, man.
I thought it was because of the denim cut off sleeve fucking Rolling Stone jacket he's wearing.
No, he's just retro. That monkey's more of a hipster.
He's just a hipster monkey, yeah. But out of all this craziness, they can't find Teddy. And if Stu's gonna get married, fuck that. If Stu's gonna live, they better find Teddy. So just like in the first one where they can't find the groom, they go on this big adventure to find this lost person and to also just backtrack on what the hell happened and how did we get here?
Yeah.
How did I get here?
And that's how you get Hangover 2 Electric Boogaloo.
From at this point, just take the first movie and just change the setting.
Yeah.
And just play it like it was before. It's pretty much the same thing.
To hit every single major comedy point. I mean, it is the Ghostbusters 2 of the Hangover.
It is, man. They took the script. Jesse Race Las Vegas, wrote in Thailand. Jesse Race Little Baby, replaced with a monk, an old monk.
Yeah.
Erase Tiger, replaced with a monkey.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's pretty much
Erase Heather Graham and Broden and Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same movie. And I guess what works for the film and what goes against it too is that they just try very hard to top all of the insanity and the vulgarity that we saw in the first film.
A little too hard, if you ask me. But
Well, you know what? It's funny you saying that because actually I found myself enjoying the film, even though I was pretty much aware that, wow, this is a note for note like the first movie, but I'm still laughing. And goddamn, if that monkey isn't funny, call me crazy.
yeah, it's a excuse for reaction shots, which with any other animal is not funny. It's just lame, and we go, God damn it. But when it's a monkey, shit, man, look at that monkey.
Well, the thing is, look,
looks like a little person.
a cheap-ass hooker can still suck a mean dick, all right? And that's exactly what this monkey did, all right?
So I told you that monkey was gay. See?
I think he's enjoying the gay stuff a little too much.
I know.
What was that about?
It's like you're trying to
not
prep
being
us
gay?
because you're going to buy one of those gay monkeys.
Yes, I am, because this monkey was badass in this movie. I agree with you so much, man. That monkey made this movie because look,
Dunstan checks in.
Yes, God damn it, that tiger from the last movie, he's like, God damn it, upstage, you know?
By signifying monkey.
Stepped on the tiger's feet. But man, the beginning of the movie, the very beginning of the film, isn't working too well for me because they just don't feel naturally like friends before. I was amazed at how they made these guys from so many different personality backgrounds seem like they knew each other for so long. And I believe they were friends. Here it's like, oh, we're in part 2 and we're supposed to say things that remind you of the first one. And then
not just remind you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, things flat out going, hey man, remember that time in the first movie? When
I know, right?
It's like the first 20 minutes of the film was just to go, remember that time in the first movie when we
Come on, are you telling me you want to be still talking about you tell me some of the same stories I've heard like 10 times about shit that ain't even as cool as The Hangover. What are you talking about? Remember that time I picked up that comic book number 54, Spider-Man with Mary Jane? They relieved you.
Now,
crazy, wasn't it?
Now, co-host, you know that's not true because I absolutely never hang out with you. You just listen to my podcast obsessively, and it seems like I say it a lot.
That's y'all's hangover. Going to the comic book store.
My bad.
How did we get it? We drove, motherfucker. How you think we got it?
Damn, look at all this ink on my hand. I can't even remember how it got there.
But you know, at the beginning, man, what really got to me, like I can handle that. I'm like, the movie just needs to get going. But then it's the Zach Galifianakis show for about 20 minutes. And we talked about this before, Leon.
He was a lot less like his character in the first movie and more like his character in Due Date, where he was just annoying to the point where you couldn't realistically see how anybody would hang out with this guy. And he was doing things that weren't just quirky, but straight out mean or retarded.
He's clearly mentally disabled on some level, but he like meant, you could tell he means well.
Right.
And like, you can't be angry at him. It'd be like kicking a cat or something.
Right.
Well, maybe you could do that, Liam, but you know, for me. And here he is just out and out self-absorbed douchebag. And you're like, fuck this guy.
Well, you know what? The thing is, I noticed that, and I thought that was going to annoy me at first, but I realized that, you know, the Zach Galifianakis character isn't treating his friends like that. It's more like his family, like people who he's like living with. Like, I mean, he's a grown ass man living with his parents, and he's still acting like a spoiled fucking kid. Because once you look at his room, you realize, wow, this guy is like on the brink of like full on retard.
So you were just relating to him because your room is like that.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I saw
it's funny you say that because at the minute they showed his room, I was like, oh my god, it's the co-host.
I know.
In fact, I think I saw you in the background.
The moment I saw a fucking Macho Man Randy Savage post, I was like, fuck yeah, I love this guy. Yeah, everyone should fucking bow to his fucking every need. Of course.
I thought you'd be like, look at this dork. Oh no.
Yeah, if you look on the lamppost, co-host is back there.
No, all I thought was like, I got to really work on my room when I get home.
You say that's the only treats. He doesn't treat his friends like that, but I totally disagree. He completely treats his friends like that. He treats them like.
So?
Are you kidding me? In the airport, the way he acts towards them there, the way he acts towards the guy Teddy, especially right off the bat, he says during the rehearsal dinner.
He was still trying to win over their friendship to where Teddy, the new guy, who he's thinking is at his new rivalry.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand why he's being a dick to that guy.
Yeah, I can.
And I can understand why he's being an asshole to his
Okay,
parents.
I tell you what,
he's still spoiled.
I can understand why he's being a dick to Teddy. What I can't understand is why none of the other three guys don't look at him and say, hey, cut that out.
See, I think they just they make those characters that they lose just weak characters, so we don't have to worry about them too much when they lose them. It's like
they do.
Those characters are so weak that even they can't keep track of them. They just forget about them easy.
Doug in the first film, we don't know shit about Doug.
Right. But at the same time, that actor, he didn't come off as a bad actor.
Right.
I mean, maybe they didn't write him with a lot of personality and they stuck him off because he's not a comedian.
Justin Bartha, I saw in a movie recently. It was it went straight to DVD, but he was actually one of the best parts of the film.
That's the thing. I mean, I was almost kind of sorry they left Doug out of the first one so much. I was like, well, I like this guy, and he's, you know, he feels like the glue who's holding all these friendships together.
Yeah, he's a straight man.
And it wasn't, he's a straight man, but it was like, okay, I see why they lost him, but he seems good enough. This Teddy kid, I was like, man, every time he was on, had something to say. It looked like he was about to smirk with every one of his lines. He had no emotion.
Yeah, Mason Lee is the actor who plays him. I don't know how.
Put actor.
Yeah,
in quotes.
He's a kid. I've never seen him in anything before. Maybe he's not even an actor. I don't know. You don't even need to have him be that much of a good actor
like
because they just dump his ass somewhere and just go on about the film.
The problem is when it eventually gets to the resolution and you have to see him again with all the shit that he personally has gone through, and he's just kind of like, whatever. And you're like, wait, what?
Exactly.
That doesn't even make sense.
Well, Cyrus, this is probably my problem throughout the movie. It's like, sure, you have the outrageous circumstances, but you never have any consequences for it.
Yeah.
And that's what made the first movie work so much. Is like every time they got into some shit, the consequences for it all was just like have you hyped up. It had you antsy. It's like, oh my god, well now what? But here it's just like, okay, we go from one thing to the next. Okay, now it's the mobsters. Now it's Chow again. Now and that. And
honestly, I thought it followed the same beat. I mean, you're talking about consequences, but
I agree with that.
But the fact that there weren't any consequences was only because they still had to look for this. They still had to look for this fucking kid. They couldn't just stop and go, "Wow, what just fucking happened to me? How am I going to deal with this?" Well, we can't deal with that shit right now. We got to keep going. We got to find this kid, and we got to do it by this certain time.
I cannot jump aboard something completely when they're safe and they just repeat the same thing over again. To me, that's an obvious move to just get some money in on the previous crowd. I mean,
it's workmanlike comedy, right?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it really wouldn't have been that much harder to do something a little different from what they did. But it is beat for beat. Like I said, they pretty much replaced characters. Like, we had a baby in the first one that can't talk. Let's just have an old monk who can't talk either. We had a funny animal in that movie. We have a funny animal in this movie. And a lot of people are criticizing the movie for going way over the top to try to top the last film. That's actually where it worked for me. Like poor Stu in this movie, he got into something where I felt so sorry for him. Yeah. I was like, man, these guys better not hang out with Stu anymore because Stu's gonna kill all of them because he cannot afford to let them have this secret and tell anybody.
That's the thing that won me over. I mean, you're right. I mean, it does go over the top, but it does it in such a good way that you just can't help but be just engaged in the craziness.
And something else, being that they're in Bangkok. Did I say it? Bangkok? I said it like I'm Jethro or something. Bangkok. Being that they're in Bangkok, man, the danger element seemed a little greater this time. So when they were actually,
a little greater.
When they were in danger,
was cock hidden everywhere, just popping out at them.
When it went crazy and they were in trouble, I felt like, man, these guys could actually die here. Like there was a moment where I felt like they're never gonna make it out of this. Not just not getting married, but they're not gonna live through the night.
He even keeps reminding you, saying, "Oh man, Bangkok's got him."
Right.
Like, that's it, dude. Don't even. What are you doing? You're banging your head against the wall, even thinking you're gonna find this kid because Bangkok's got him. Bangkok don't let go.
And the other thing about this film is that they introduce characters. It's that kind of sequel. Hey, you loved them in the first one. We got to bring them back for the second one. And we had what's that actor's name?
Kim Jeong.
Kim, as Mr. Chow. They got to bring Mr. Chow back.
I loved him. I loved every minute of him. Every time he was on screen.
And then we got another cameo by somebody that we all looked at each other like, this is just surreal.
Yeah.
We don't even know
that cameo was completely unnecessary. It's one of those things that could have easily ruined this entire movie for me because I'm like, don't end on this note, please. I mean, this is like you were like trying way too fucking hard now.
Wasn't that just the topper of all the things that they did in the film to copy the last one though?
Yeah.
I would have been a little kinder towards this film if it just wasn't for that last reminder. Yeah, we did everything we could to rip off the first film.
But you know what? That was painfully unfunny.
Yes,
exactly.
I didn't have any of those moments while the movie was going on until that particular moment.
You're right. They do so many things like that are just kind of like, okay, stop reminding me of the first film. Maybe I'm new to this. But that thing right there was just too much.
Now, I want to, I've been doing nothing but come down on this film, and that's not fair to what I actually feel about it, because more than not, I actually agree with co-host.
Goddamn right.
Because I think that, don't quote me on that, because I probably won't say it again.
Don't worry, I'll quote you.
But, even though it does hit all those same beats, I think the fact that it does amp things up, and sure, some people are going to go, well, that's just grossing it up, and it is, but it does make it funny. There's plenty of times in this film that I was laughing out loud, and is it rare for a film to even have that effect at all? I mean, any comedy that's more than chuckle worthy, I've got to shake its hand and say, hey, thanks. And I feel like this film actually does get there.
I agree with you too. I laugh hard. The only things I can count how many times I probably laughed hard, which is probably about 4 or 5 times, and that's when they hit those high notes that I was talking about. When they did something extremely crazy, it worked for me. The funniest thing in this movie, and this is probably what is pushing this movie over for me, is that monkey, man. I gotta talk about that monkey. That monkey was the best actor, or should I say actress, in the movie. Crystal the monkey. In fact, that monkey acted with Bradley Cooper before in Failure to Launch. I think they used to date each other. I think they got photos of each other on the town. I got to give this director, who's the director of this again? Todd Phillips. He started out doing a bunch of documentaries. He did Frat House, yeah.
Oh, this is, okay.
Yeah. Todd Phillips is, I would say he's one of the best directors in Hollywood right now, just based on how he made me believe in that monkey. This is not a monkey who's just doing it up for laughs. This is a monkey that smokes, looks for cars to drive up, and he sells dope to people.
You know what? Coincidentally, I was in a bar talking to a woman about this last night who's at the screening, and she's done research on these monkeys in Thailand and about how they really do smoke and do all this stuff, and the people who own the bars inject them with tranquilizers, get them to hang out because they're a tourist attraction, and they have a monkey rehab for all these sad monkeys who've gotten addicted to these drugs.
Wow.
And on cigarettes.
Can I get a movie about that starring the monkey from Hangover 2?
I want to see a documentary about that. Seriously.
Yeah, I want to see that 12-step program for monkeys.
Yeah, really do have it.
It's a little distressing to me how happy that makes Corey.
I know, right?
He's beside himself with joy to know this.
Imagine a monkey with a monkey on its back.
I want to see Monkey Rehab, man.
Yeah, with Dr. Lancelot Link.
Exactly.
That's what is the staff? Are they monkeys too? Do they have monkey sponsors?
They have posters in the waiting in the lobby that say "Evolve."
Oh my God, that's the Hangover 3, man. Right there. Look, let me tell you, I love the first Hangover. I really do. That was one of my favorite movies the year it came out. It was right in my top 5.
Yeah.
And this one I do like, but I just can't really, I can't condone a film that just doesn't put the effort forth to like be creative. When they just do something, this is what I always criticize, Aaron Seltzer and Friedberg for, like just making a movie to make cash. I've said my piece for this movie. Maybe I was just hoping for more. And I was saying the whole time when they said they were going to make a part 2, right from the beginning when they said they're going to make a part 2, I was like, please just don't do a repeat of everything that you've done. And it's turned into kind of what I did not want. But when it works, it works. And it works to very, very funny, hilarious effect. So just on principle, I can't give it the matinee that I want to because I think people will enjoy it for that. But for myself, it's about as high as a rental as I can get.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and give it a matinee only because, yeah, you're right. It does hit the same beats, but you know what? So does A-Team, and I still enjoy the hell out of that.
Every
time there's a new episode.
Oh,
I'm not
talking
about the show. Okay, the TV show. Oh, fuck that movie. No. I mean, the payoffs were actually funny, except for that last fucking note, which it was horrible.
The one consideration that keeps coming to my head is that, am I going to laugh that loud when I see this again? And I think a lot of the comedy here predicates on the unexpected, even while it's still hitting those same beats, because you really don't think they're going to go as far as they go at points. And there's a couple comedy equivalents of jump scares where you're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that? And they work, but they are predicated on you not expecting them to happen. Now, I'd say this is going to be a film that you're going to want to see with a big crowd of people that are just having fun with it. And certainly our audience was. I mean, I give it a matinee because I think it is perfect for that, but I can't give it a rental because I think you probably won't.
I want to judge it by not comparing it to the first movie. And yet, that was impossible since it completely compares itself to the first movie throughout the entire movie.
Every chance it gets.
Every chance it gets, it goes, hey, remember how funny this was before? I mean, I chuckled throughout, but maybe only 2 or 3 big laughs, and sadly, I can barely remember what they were. I just feel a lot of disappointment with this movie because, Corey, I was with you when they announced they were going to make a sequel. I was like, oh, don't do that. But they were smart with the first one, so maybe they won't just do a remake of it. But then seeing Due Date, I was like, maybe they will. And just with this, I didn't feel as negatively towards it as I did with Due Date, but it was a very similar feeling. And I wish I could say more positive things about it. I wish I had a more positive feeling. I think back to the memory of that first one, and I gave it Better Than Sex. This one is just more of a high rental. Even when they do the thing where, like, we're not going to show the photos. Yes, we are. And then seeing it, I was just like,
the photos.
Screw you, Leon.
The photos were not as good.
They were not as good.
What?
No,
you got? Oh, come on. Okay, you know what? I'm not taking either of you guys to fucking Vegas, to Bangkok. I ain't even fucking taking your ass to the Walmart down the goddamn street because you guys are going to just kill my buzz every time I want to have a good time and laugh my ass off.
You don't even have a car. How are you going to take me?
What are you talking about? And my co-mobile.
And thank you for not taking me to Bangkok. But if you did, I think you would want me to kill that buzz.
I would love to see y'all go to Walmart because I think that would be the Hangover Part 3 right there in a Walmart.
You know what? There's one thing we haven't talked about.
That's right.
We keep bringing up Hangover 3, and we're like, because it's going to happen. The director, Todd Phillips, has said it's already in the writing stage, such as it is. Assuming
I know.
The diagram of the first one. Replace.
Surprise.
Exactly.
The one thing we haven't thought of is, like, there's only one of them who's not married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, the third one's going to have to be about Zach Galifianakis getting married.
I thought it was a monkey. That's badass.
Horrible.
In big.
Talk about having to suspend our disbelief for this one with the dentist getting married to some super hottie. Anyone getting married to Alan's character is a suspension of disbelief.
You know what? As far as the suspension of disbelief, when I get to a third movie, I would say they won't care enough to stick into the ground that they'll just have him go like, oh, he realized he was gay and he's going to marry Mr. Chow.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's either that or it's going to turn into Arthur.
Yeah. Might as well throw Jason in that movie. And yes, I do want one of those little drug dealing monkeys.
I know you do.
I don't care what sexual orientation it is.
I'll let you rent mine for $1.
Yeah. I could see you walking those places like, they'll assign a monkey to a blind man or something to help him out, a helper monkey. I can see you faking a disability just to get you a monkey.
Actually, that monkey would just be turning me out.
Put you out on the street.
That monkey could do anything.
I got the money right here.
I can see Corey's monkey hanging out on top of his head, jerking off all day. That's all I see right now. Yeah.
Wouldn't work out anyway. Drug dealer monkey just break your heart, give you
shred your face.
Yeah, there you go.
End up on Oprah.
It never ends well.
When a monkey nibbles on a weenus, it's funny in any language.